To me, it doesn't make business sense to diminish your only star. And what makes even less sense is who the WNBA is now pushing to replace Caitlin Clark as the face of pretend basketball.
What if the biggest sports network in America has been underestimating the biggest star in women's basketball on purpose? Because right now, ESPN is getting absolutely crushed by backlash from Caitlin Clark fans, and this situation is spiraling fast. This wasn't just one bad segment or one awkward comment that slipped onto live television. Fans believe this was something much bigger, a pattern that's been building for years. A pattern of minimizing, dismissing, and constantly questioning the most impactful player the WNBA has seen in a generation. And this time, people finally snapped. The outrage exploded because viewers are tired of watching the same cycle repeat itself over and over again. Caitlin Clark breaks records, drives ratings, sells out arenas, and brings millions of new fans into women's basketball. Yet somehow the conversation around her always seems to shift away from basketball and towards something else entirely. That's the part fans can't ignore anymore. Because when the most watched player in the league keeps getting treated like she still has something to prove, people start asking uncomfortable questions. Why does it feel like certain voices in sports media are constantly trying to downplay her impact? Why does every accomplishment come with an asterisk? Why does the coverage around her success often feel colder than it should? Those questions exploded online after comments and segments aired that many fans viewed as disrespectful, dismissive, and completely disconnected from reality. And the reaction wasn't small. Fans flooded social media with clips, screenshots, and examples going back years, moments where they felt Clark was treated differently despite producing results nobody else in the sport could match. Because this isn't just about stats anymore. The numbers already speak for themselves. Caitlin Clark transformed the Indiana Fever into the center of the basketball world. Ratings skyrocketed. Ticket sales exploded. Merchandise sales went through the roof. Entire arenas filled up just to watch her play. That's not hype. That's measurable impact. And yet, despite all of that, the resistance around her still feels strangely persistent. That's why this latest controversy hit so hard. For a lot of fans, it confirmed something they've suspected for a long time, that some people are more comfortable criticizing Caitlin Clark than celebrating what she's done for the sport. And once fans started connecting those dots, the entire conversation changed. Because now this isn't just about rankings, hot takes, or television debates. Now, it's about trust. Fans are starting to feel like the coverage around Clark isn't being driven purely by basketball analysis anymore. They believe narratives are being shaped before games even begin, and that frustration has been building with every viral clip, every controversial segment, and every dismissive comment. What makes this even more complicated is that Caitlin Clark herself keeps doing the exact opposite of what critics expect. Every time doubt builds around her, she responds with another performance. Every time people question whether the hype is sustainable, she draws more attention to the league. Every time the conversation shifts away from basketball, she steps on the court and reminds everyone why she became the face of the sport in the first place.
I mean, they'll hire you to do anything. If you check the right boxes, the WNBA and ESPN, the agenda is what, folks? Thick. It is thick. Just say it. I think the team's better without the straight white girl on it. There, we said it out loud. We said it out loud. We think the team's better without the straight white girl on it. We doing this again? Is this what we're doing? I told you guys, it's going to be the same. It's going to be the same bullshit from 2024 and 2025. With the media, once we start playing games, other players going to go back to kicking Caitlin Clark's ass. I mean, I'm expecting all of that crap. We played, 13 games last year, and there was, 4 incidents? One of them involving Angel Reese and the entire Indiana Fever fan base. Oh, wait a minute. The entire Caitlin Clark fan base that was in attendance were all a bunch of racists all of a sudden. This shit is wild. It really, guys.
So the question
That's why the backlash toward ESPN became so intense. Because fans don't see Clark as just another player anymore. They see her as the engine driving the league's growth. And when they feel that engine is being constantly minimized, they react. Fast. Loudly. And from every direction at once. Now, to be fair, not every criticism of Caitlin Clark is unfair. No superstar is above analysis, and every athlete faces scrutiny at some point. That's part of sports. But fans believe what's happening here goes beyond normal criticism. They believe there's a difference between analyzing a player and constantly framing that player through negativity, controversy, or skepticism, no matter how successful they become. And honestly, that's why this story keeps getting bigger. Because the more Clark succeeds, the harder it becomes to justify the disconnect between her impact and the tone of the coverage surrounding her. At some point, the results become impossible to ignore. You can debate rankings. You can debate systems. You can debate coaching styles. But you can't debate what happens when she's on the court. The ratings increase. The arenas fill up. The attention shifts toward the WNBA. And the entire sports world starts paying attention. That's reality. Which is why many fans are asking a very simple question right now. If Caitlin Clark is clearly helping elevate the league, why does it sometimes feel like parts of the media are uncomfortable fully embracing her success? That question is driving this entire conversation. And the truth is, the audience notices everything now. Every clip gets replayed. Every comment gets analyzed. Every double standard gets called out instantly online. Sports fans today don't just watch the games. They watch the coverage too. And when they feel like the coverage doesn't match reality, backlash happens immediately. That's exactly what ESPN is dealing with right now. Because whether people agree or disagree with the criticism, one thing is undeniable. Caitlin Clark has become bigger than a normal sports debate. She's become the center of a cultural conversation around media, attention, popularity, and the future of women's basketball itself. And that's why emotions around her are always so intense. Some people see her as the player changing the sport forever. Others are uncomfortable with how dominant her spotlight has become. But no matter where anyone stands, the impact is impossible to deny.
It plainly.
And
I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen the thought process that these old fans have, and that the way the media is, and the priorities of the league, and the elevation of girlfriends, all of it. It is ludicrous what is happening. It's nuts. It really is. It really is. And yet, Caitlin Clark is so dynamic and so exciting to watch. I'm going to watch. I am. Because it's fascinating. It is so fascinating. The hate is real. It is real. Make no mistake, got nothing to do with sports. Ain't got nothing to do with Caitlin Clark's basketball skills or none of that. She don't play for the other team. Okay? In other words, she don't get down. White and straight. Oh, but you aren't supposed to say stuff like that out loud. I mean, come on. We've watched it.
The one thing that keeps making these conversations explode every single time her name comes up. At the end of the day, Caitlin Clark doesn't need anyone to defend her game. Her performances already do that. What this moment really exposed was something bigger, a growing disconnect between what fans are seeing on the court and what they feel they're hearing from major sports media platforms. And right now, that disconnect is creating one of the loudest reactions the WNBA world has seen in a long time. A fire. And what makes this entire situation even more fascinating is how predictable it has started to feel. At this point, people almost expect controversy to follow Caitlin Clark everywhere she goes. Not because of anything she personally says or does, but because of the reaction she creates simply by existing at the center of the sport. That's a level of influence very few athletes ever reach. Think about it for a second. Most players become stars because of championships, accolades, or longevity. Caitlin Clark became something different almost overnight. She became an event. Every game turned into national conversation. Every highlight became viral content. Every appearance shifted the attention of the sports world toward women's basketball in a way the league had never experienced before. And when someone changes the ecosystem that dramatically, it creates tension. Not just excitement. Tension. Because sudden growth forces everyone around it to adjust. Media companies adjust. Leagues adjust. Players adjust. Fans adjust. And not everyone adjusts comfortably. That's what people are witnessing right now. A sport that spent years fighting for mainstream relevance suddenly has a player capable of pulling millions of viewers toward it almost by herself. And instead of everyone responding with complete unity, the reaction has become fragmented, emotional, and at times openly hostile. That contradiction is what keeps fueling the conversation. Because from the outside looking in, it feels obvious. If a player is increasing ratings, selling jerseys, filling arenas, and bringing unprecedented attention to the league, the response should be simple. Promote that player as aggressively as possible. That's how sports usually work. When Michael Jordan exploded in popularity, the NBA leaned into it. When Stephen Curry changed basketball with his shooting, the league embraced it. When Tiger Woods transformed golf ratings, the PGA benefited from every second of his rise. Sports leagues historically grow fastest when they recognize transformative stars early and build around them. Which is why so many fans are confused by what they perceive as resistance around Caitlin Clark. Because instead of universal celebration,